In Jedi Survivor, the spawn of Oggdo legendary enemy can be very, very difficult, and in this video I want to show you what worked for me. So the general strategy for this fight is to play very defensively. I like using a single lightsaber for this because it allows me to attack but not get locked into long attack animations when I attack once. And what you're going to want to do is position yourself right in front of the boss if possible and bait his sort of snapping attacks at you. Now, towards the beginning of the fight, you want to make sure that you only attack if he snapped twice in a row. If he only snaps once, don't attack. That's fine. Just block or deflect and then wait for him to do it again. After he's snapped twice, you can attack him a couple times and then repeat this process. As his health gets lower, this is going to get riskier because sometimes he'll mix in a charging red attack where he'll snap at you with an undeflectable attack, or he might do 4 attacks in a row. So you don't want to attack in those cases until you figure out what he's going to do. But at the beginning, after 2 attacks, you're safe to attack. Now, there are a bunch of glowing red attacks besides this that you're going to need to look out for. One where he jumps up in the air and then sort of slams down and a little AoE goes out. This is a really good opportunity to jump over this and get in some damage on him easily. If you read this correctly, you should be able to jump over it easily and get in a couple attacks. It's always a good opening for damage, so you want to see this one more often than not. The other one he does is sort of a charging attack at you where he sits there for a second and then charges directly at you. The best thing you want to do here is jump forward and flip over him if possible. You want to hang in the air, so make sure you double jump. That way he goes completely under you, and if you get there quickly, you can even hit him once afterward. It can be kind of risky, so when you're first learning this, I don't recommend it. But if you can read this quickly and land behind him, you can get in an attack and then prepare to dodge away. You're kind of going to repeat this process over and over to get his health down, reading these attacks, staying in front of him, trying to bat the snap attack, and then at some point he's going to dart away and try and get you with his tongue. The best thing you can do here is get very far away from him and try and dodge when he does the attack. If you're out of range, he won't be able to get you with this. So anytime you see him kind of like charge off into a corner and it looks like he's going to stick his tongue at you, even if he doesn't, the best thing you can do is run far away from him. That way, it's kind of hard to dodge the tongue attack sometimes because it doesn't seem like dodges in this game have iframes. So make sure that you get far away when you see that. He will mix in one more attack when his health gets very low, and it can be difficult to figure out what to do, but essentially what he's going to do here is he's going to like dive at you, and then when he lands, it's going to have an AoE tremor. The best thing you can do here is sort of like jump to the side. That way when you land, you're like right on top of him and you're inside the shockwave instead of on the outside, and you don't have to jump again. You can get in some damage. It's difficult to read, but once you start reading it, it's not hard to do that jump and then land next to him and attack. Otherwise, get ready to deflect. Always get ready to deflect after you do any sort of attacks, just in case he does a snap really quickly. So you want to keep repeating this process, standing in front of him, baiting the snaps, trying to get in attacks if you can read. If you like, for instance, he does the charge red, you can sidestep at an attack if you can get him that baited. Just keep baiting these attacks over and over. If he jumps into the air and lands, you jump up over it and attack him, and if he charges you, you flip forward over it and then turn around and prepare to keep repeating this process, avoiding the tongues as possible. I simply found that dodging is not very effective in this fight because a lot of his attacks you need to jump into the air for, and sometimes the tracking on his attacks are very good. The only one I recommend dodging is the charged red snapping attack that he typically does after he does like a couple snaps at you, or sometimes when you're standing directly in front of him. But otherwise, deflecting is a lot easier.
Help, please! Help, BD! I really need a step. Nice throw, BD.